Jeff Arizona Hunt Homestead here, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about coyotes. And I want to talk basically about Arizona law and coyotes, and basically a little bit about coyote and their behavior, or at least what I'm aware of on their behavior. Coyotes are considered a predator, as you may or may not know. They are very dangerous animals to be dealing with. They are something that when you have a off-grid property, if you have a cabin in the woods, if you're just even hiking out in the wilderness, or what have you, if you have a farm, if you have a homestead, whatever, you got to be a little bit of, attentive to the coyotes. For the most part, during the day, you're not going to come across many coyotes. At night, or at least as the sun starts to set, you might hear them howling, and let me tell you, that's a beautiful sound. When they're singing like that at night, oh, it is so beautiful. When they get really close, it gets kind of scary. It's pretty eerie when they get kind of close, but for the most part, they're beautiful music, I think. And but when you have a dog like Concho, and like I said in my previous video, they actually ran into a couple of situations with Concho and the Coyotes. Kind of want to explain to you a little bit on how some of that works. A lot of times Coyotes during the day will kind of spread out and go out on their own, hunt for food and water and stuff like that. A little windy today, so kind of forgive the wind. And in that process, if they come across a small dog, they'll go after a small dog and kill the small dog right away. And a medium-sized dog or a larger dog like Concho is a medium-sized, they will, if they can't take care, if they can't attack that dog right then, they will actually try to lure that dog and try to get him to chase him. And if for any reason things don't continue from there, then that dog will bring back a second dog. And that's exactly what happened in my situation. So they'll bring back a second dog in there, and they're very smart animals. One will literally lure the dog to chase him, and then another one will be waiting on the side to go after him, to cut him off basically. And if for any reason that doesn't work, then what they'll actually do from there is they will lure the dog into the pack. And a pack of dogs could be anywhere from 3, 5, 7, 12, umpteen number of dogs. And lure them into the pack. So that one dog doesn't have a chance. In fact, I mentioned this in the other video. A rancher that lives in the area I talked to said that he has lost over his lifetime many German Shepherds to coyotes, and because the pack will go after the German Shepherd, and one German Shepherd against 7 dogs, German Shepherd's chances are not good. So that's basically how the coyote acts, or how the coyote will take care of another dog. Even the small human being, a little child, a coyote, if you got a couple coyotes, they'll go after that child. Now, in most situations, they are afraid of humans. So if the child doesn't run, because then all of a sudden it gives the coyote that instinct, that predatory instinct, and will chase after them. As long as they don't run and they just scream and yell, that will take care of the coyote in most situations. Coyotes will even tear into your cages for your chickens and your rabbits. So in fact, I was talking to someone else in the neighborhood there who actually just had your standard chicken wire, and the coyote actually tore into the chicken wire and got into the chicken coop and destroyed the coop. So just standard, well, to win something else. Just standard chicken wire is not going to be good enough. And that's why free range, I've always been confused by that, because if you got predators and you're free ranging your chickens, you're going to kill your chickens. So you got to protect your animals. So you got to keep those coyotes away. The state of Arizona considers a coyote as strictly a predator, and you, with a hunting license, you are allowed to hunt as many coyotes as you want. In fact, you can go out and kill 1 million coyotes, 10 million coyotes, as long as you got your hunting license. Season's year-round, and you can kill as many as you want. Use a firearm. You can use traps, and the leg traps or the foot traps, spring traps, whatever they're called, are, from what I understand, very effective, especially if you know exactly where that they're going to be. The only problem with trapping them is the way the state law reads is they're legal as long as you don't trap anything else. The minute you trap anything else, now you have to pay your fine. So you got to be careful with the leg traps. Concho I let run around freely. I can't use leg traps because there's a chance that he could get his leg in there, not be paying attention because he's chasing a rabbit and get his leg caught in there. So I can't use a leg trap. Cage traps, can't use cage traps either because cage traps, first off, they're hard to find for that size animal, and when you do find one, they're not built very well. In fact, I did find one, and in a research of that one cage trap that I found, nothing but bad news. Everyone said that the coyote just bends the door and gets out, and so it's not built very strong. Yeah, I could build my own, but it makes me wonder, would I be able to build it strong enough? And then I was talking to that same rancher about the cage trap, and he says, not a chance, because they're smart animals. They are not going to get inside something like that to get their prey. And so you can set it, but your odds are probably better to walk around with a firearm and shoot them. So that's basically kind of what we've been doing. We've been doing some hunting, and I'll talk a little bit later about our results. But basically, I wanted to share with you guys a little bit about a coyote and how dangerous that they are, and kind of how that their behavior is, and a little bit of what you could do to protect yourself is make a lot of noise. Just make a lot of noise. Keep them skittish. Keep them afraid of humans. And as long as they're afraid of humans, then they will stay away from you guys. Now it's just a matter of your livestock, your chickens. There you just got to build something strong enough to keep them out, and have some type of alarm system so that you can run out there, or something that will make enough noise to scare off the dog, scare off the coyote. So just that chicken squealing isn't going to be good enough because that's what they want. So, but this is just Jeff with Arizona Hot Homestead, and I wanted to talk a little bit about coyotes on the homestead. Things you just got to deal with.